The initial design process for this project involved a lot of brainstorming. As a group, we reviewed the personas, user tasks, and requirements that we identified in Milestone 1, and then split it up to create 3 to 4 individual ideas that satisfied them. Splitting it up was important to the team so that we could have designs that were not too biased or too similar to one another. Afterwards, we came together to discuss each of our designs. This was important as well because it was interesting to hear every team member's unique outlook on how the other requirements could be satisfied and why they decided to prioritize some and not include others. Designs we came up with during this stage involved different technologies like VR, web, mobile devices, and voice assistants, and ultimately all of them seemed to target all the major requirements outlined in Milestone 1. After each member discussed their ideas, we as a team chose 3 ideas that we felt best satisfied the requirements and had the most potential. We also combined different ideas from different designs. For example, we integrated a voice assistant named Iris as a co-op advisor from one design into the Tinder-based mobile app design.
Following previously conducted surveys and interviews with users, we decided that the most important tasks to include are ways to apply to a job, ways to schedule an interview, simplistic navigation, and ways to upload different hiring packages or information specific to the job. Other tasks that could be included but not necessary are an advisor or support functionality for co-op students. Following these task requirements, we picked 3 main design alternatives from our initial sketches. That is, a more traditional desktop app, a Facebook inspired mobile app, and a matching algorithm app similar to Tinder. Other designs, such as a VR job fair, perform well in theory for a single task, such as conducting interviews, but miss out on key tasks such as simplistic navigation or the ability to upload catered hiring packages. Each system would feature simplistic navigation by use of menu bars at the top in terms of a desktop app or at the bottom for mobile apps. The desktop app would allow you to see many jobs on one page with an expand button at the bottom because the desktop app is generally bigger and there's advisor contact support as well. The Facebook inspired app would allow you to create job preference profiles and follow companies so that you can see jobs in your feed. And the matching algorithm idea would have in-house remote interview and chat functionality with additional version-controlled resume support so that users may target different jobs with filtered views on their profile. Of these designs, we decided to pick the matching algorithm idea because it is a new spin on the job application process and enhances communication between employers and students looking for jobs.
With regards to the paper prototype, during the construction of it, one thing we have to always keep in mind was the flow of the application. In order to really show the design that we've created, extra screens have to be created that we hadn't initially thought of, all just to ensure that the viewer or the user fully understands the intentions behind the app. We determined that we should use many small touches such as loading bars, keyboards, and other drop-downs that would enhance the experience and portray the idea of the app that we had. Since the design is based on extensive swiping features, we opted to use a cardboard cutout of an iPhone with space between the frame and the background in order to really emulate the scrolling and swiping, which would allow the user to really see how the app functions. With that in mind, changes also had to be made that varied from the addition or removal of screens along with the general structure of the application, including minor button changes to additions of logic components to the prototype for the processes to really make sense. The reasons why the paper prototyping was such a success is it has many advantages in scenarios such as ours. It's so quick and easy to use and very adaptable to change. Therefore, it really helps us showing the flow of applications in a very intuitive way.
We then conducted a cognitive walkthrough based on the video of our paper prototype. And the 2 tasks we selected were editing a profile and accepting a job offer because these tasks fulfill high priority requirements and they provide higher system coverage. So doing a cognitive walkthrough with these tasks would reveal more areas for improvement than simply going through like our login flow, for example. Um, and overall, our actions were found to be entirely like available and generally visible. The system makes good use of recognition over recall and using words or words with symbols rather than just symbols unless they fit an external standard like the hamburger menu. Generally, people know what that is given its size and placement. Additionally, button sizing and placement were externally, where applicable, and internally consistent, making it easy for the user to find what they were looking for out of habit. However, there's room for improvement. So, for example, error prevention was missed in the final step of accepting a job offer. There should be a confirmation modal before major decisions like that. We also only accounted for loading time during the login process, but this is an important form of feedback to consider throughout the app. Additionally, the use of the plus and minus buttons in the section editing flow were less intuitive. So it would make more sense maybe for the section edit flow to just open into a formatted text field automatically, where the user can add, delete, rearrange as they would in a Word doc or a similar app. Yeah. Looking forward to the next milestone.